This is Andi Purewal for Boxing Social in association with Betfred, and I'm joined by Team GB light heavyweight sensation Ben G. Whittaker. Ben, how are you doing?
All good, thank you. How about yourself?
I'm good, man. I'm good. It's obviously good to see you. We haven't seen each other. I've been back to the last time we saw each other. We only live a matter of miles away. First and foremost, congratulations on qualifying for the Olympics. Ben, how did you feel to kind of get that over the line on the back of what I imagine has been a very frustrating year with the delay for your own qualifiers?
Yeah, of course, it was a frustrating year. A whole year out, not boxing, basically a year and a half, and it was one of those things, will it happen, will it not? So to get on the doorstep of the Olympics now, I'm pretty happy.
Talk about the qualifiers first and foremost. How did you feel out in France?
Yeah, it was good. Like I said, out the ring a year and a half, went to Serbia for a tournament, went to Paris, and the main goal there was qualifying, and that's what we did.
Talk about your fights and the qualification, and then also the reason behind not taking part in the final which you reached.
Yeah, so 3 fights I had over there, won them. 3 kids fighting for the ticket for Tokyo. They're trying to kill me out there, but we came out with the victories. In the final, the coaching staff just said, you've got a little niggle, so just leave it till the Olympics, which is obviously understandable. But I'm feeling ready to go now, 100%.
I spoke to Fraser Clark a few days ago, and he said to me he's never felt pressure like it, and I imagine in his scenario he's been on GB for an eternity. Did you feel pressure yourself?
Truthfully, no, not really, because most of the kids have already boxed, and it was a year out, so we looked at the draw and we knew who we had. But I think I'm British, of course, but I got Jamaican blood, and I'm not chilled out. I just went in the ring and just did what I had to do. Do you know what I mean?
Ben, obviously moving towards the Olympics now. I know you've mentioned GB going to kind of a camp or a lockdown. Trying to find the right word on Monday. But how excited are you for Tokyo now? It's only a matter of less than a month away.
Yeah, so Monday we're going to the bubble for 2 weeks. Obviously training with all the Olympic squad, and I think we've got the seconds and thirds down there to help us sparring. But everyone keeps saying excited, but I'm not really that excited, to be honest, because to me it's just like a world championships, pretty much is. I fought all the same kids. It's another ring, it's just in Japan. So I'm looking forward to Japan definitely with my anime and whatnot, but let's gotta go there and get the job done.
I spoke to obviously your dad on the way in, and I asked him if he's able to go. He said that your family aren't. For yourself, it's a massive moment for you, but I can imagine how much it means to your family. I know how much I've supported you throughout your life as well. How frustrating is it that they obviously can't make the journey out to support you, be there to watch you compete?
Yeah, that's the main thing. So obviously I think it was more my dad's dream than myself's. He's been training me since a young kid for this moment, so it would have been nice for him to see me step in that ring and eventually win a medal. My mum, she don't really know what's going on, but it would have been nice for her just to see her son in the Olympics. But the main thing is they can see me on TV, and if I bring a medal back, it doesn't matter if they watch me or not.
How are you feeling about that, going out there with the pressures, the expectations of what the past GB cycles have done in the Olympics? Do you feel the pressure to live up to that, to go and medal yourself?
Of course, the last cycle was very good, but I think our team's probably stronger, to be honest. You've got Pat McCormack, he medals all the time. Lauren Price, she medals all the time. I medal all the time. Peter McGrath medals all the time. The list can go on, really. So we've got a really strong team, and I'm sure we'll bring a lot of medals back.
Obviously, I know you won't be thinking about it now because Tokyo is only a matter of weeks away, like we say, but a medal can do the world of wonders for you when you look to the pro ranks, when promoters come to you, managers, trainers, what have you. How key do you feel it is to get a medal just to kind of give yourself even more benefits moving into the professional side of boxing?
Yeah, so I'm going to get that gold medal, then quit and go into Strictly Come Dancing. Nah, jokes aside, but 100%, a medal can change your life. You can become like a superstar, really, because the armchair fan knows you then. Of course, boxers and boxing people know of me, I know of some of the team, but that medal can just change it, and then it makes those promoters and management teams want to get you even more.
And you mentioned kind of, Strictly Come Dancing. I know that was tongue-in-cheek, but you are a bit of you're coming across rather like a bit of a crossover star. I know you're very keen on your music. Is that something you're considering, just how to keep yourself busy, hobbies outside of boxing, which may well become a bit more kind of permanent as you progress with your career?
Yeah, 100%. I love the entertainment. I love making people laugh or hate me or whatever it is. And if they've got a comment on it, it's fine. But 100%, all of it. MasterChef, Strictly Come Dancing on Ice, put me on there. And when I box myself, it's going to be an entertainment. So when you come to watch me, you'll be entertained 100%.
Do you not think you'd have a bit of a disadvantage on the dance programmes though, Ben? Because I know you grew up and your dad used to make you take dance lessons.
Exactly. Chuck me on the ice, you'll have a laugh because I'm terrible. But you seen Cool Runnings, it worked out for them.
Ben, just kind of with the Olympic squad, the current crop who qualified, unfortunately one man who didn't, Lewis Richardson, somebody who you've spent this cycle with, how disheartening was it just to see one man unfortunately fall short?
Yeah, it was a shame for him because me and him, we was rivals at one point. We fought each other 3 times and then we got onto the squad, became good friends. You become on the Olympic squad, so you become a little family. You see one kid qualify, another kid qualify, and then sadly seeing him fall short, it was a shame, of course, but he knew where he went wrong or went right. He had the world champion. I fought the world champion twice, so it was no easy run. But that's the sad thing about amateur boxing, it's the luck of the draw sometimes. But he did himself proud, did the country proud, and it's his decision to stay or go pro now.
How difficult have you found this past year, Ben, just in general, from when the qualifiers were meant to take place last March, I believe it was, up until when they took place recently? Have you ever had any temptations to turn pro?
Yeah, so that's the thing. It was like a whole year of just waiting to see what's actually happening. You had all the lockdowns, Boris saying this can happen, this can't happen. So I was thinking, you know what, this Olympics ain't going to go on. So I did have a little bit of a temptation, but I thought, you know what, I've worked this hard. I'm ranked 3rd in the world. I've put myself in a great position to medal. So why waste that now? So I thought, let me just push it down to the last little needle and see what happens. And we're here now, so I think it's the best decision I made.
But now have you found having what I assume is a number of managers, promoters, trainers reaching out to you to see if you want to work together? How has that made you feel to have, I assume, kind of the best in the business, at least in the UK, if not further afield to the US and what have you, reaching out to you?
Of course it's flattering because it shows something I'm doing is working. But on the other hand, I feel like it should have happened. That's what I've been working for, so I'm not too excited about that. But like I said, it's flattering because a lot of people would love to be in that position and I've got the pick of the bunch.
And I know obviously you're very close with AJ as well, so I'm just going to have a brief word on him. He seems like he's still, I remember when you said to me a few interviews ago that he actually previously, he's come to you and asked you, how are you doing this, how are you doing that? Talk about your relationship with AJ.
Yeah, the good thing is with AJ, he's one of them people who like to explore a lot of things. As you can see, he's brought on Angel, he's brought on Joby, as well as Rob, so he's a person who likes to ask the question, likes to push the boundaries, and that's what makes a champion, because sometimes some people are happy to stay in one lane. He took the loss, took the risk to bring new people in, and it's worked in his advantage, really.
Has he been in your ear about 258?
Hey, no comment on that one.
Obviously as well, Joby, your godfather, very close, effectively a member of a family for you guys. How happy were you to see him to start getting the recognition that he deserves?
Of course, he trained my dad first. He had a great gym in Wolverhampton back in the day. Then he moved on to Thai boxing and whatnot. Brought me to the gym. The gym fee was a little bit too much for me and my dad, but he let us go down there for free, train me. He didn't really like to train kids, but he found something in me that he liked, trained me, took me all around the country, and now it's paying off for him. He's with one of the best boxers in the world, so I think it's a bit of a bonus for both of us.
Ben, just obviously with AJ, it seems that most likely it's going to be Alexander Usyk next, provided that one is rubber stamped and goes ahead. Just your thoughts?
Yeah, of course, it's a hard fight. Olympic champion, unified at cruiserweight, so it's no easy feat. But I think Anthony Joshua's got the weight advantage. Look how good, what's his name, Chisora did. Chisora walked him down. Obviously, he hasn't got the skill of an AJ, but he walked him down and showed that at heavyweight, he's not like the fighter he is at cruiserweight. I think Tony Bellew did pretty well at the start as well. So AJ's got the puncher's chance, and not only that, people write off his skill. He's an Olympic champion, he's done that for a reason, so I think AJ will win, but it won't be an easy fight.
You've also got the Fury Wilder trilogy taking place as well now. What was everybody was hoping would be Fury AJ instead, but just again, this time around, do you expect any different in that one?
I pretty much think Tyson's got it in the bag, really. When you've done what you've done to a boxer twice, firstly, he got off the canvas after looking like he was dead, so that's in his head thinking, I can't hurt him. Second fight, he stopped him, so he knows he can be hurt. So it's Tyson's fight to win, really, but it'll be good to see how Wilder comes out.
I mean, obviously, know you're going to Tokyo, but I still feel like you're running to Tokyo away from me after those FIFA beatings a couple of years ago.
Hey, Listen, the other day I think I put on a little story. I beat my friend, what was it, like 17-2 or something like that. I've picked up my game now, so when you're ready, man.
How much practice you had to get in to get a score like that? Or is your friend just very bad at FIFA?
Yeah, my friend's whack. He's terrible, man, but he made me feel confident, so I'm ready for you.
Listen, mate, it's good to see you again. Obviously, I'll keep in touch. Best of luck out in Tokyo, mate, and I'll see you as soon as you get back. Thank you for your time. And before I let you go, in fact, just a final message to everyone ahead of the Tokyo Olympics. What would you like to say to them?
First, I just want to thank God for putting me in the position. Of course, I'm doing this for Midlands and Great Britain, but get behind the whole team because we've got a great team. There'll be a lot of medals coming back, 100%, but look out for the surge and Ben Whittaker.
Ben, appreciate your time. Like I say, thank you for speaking to Boxing Social.
Nice one, thank you.